Maverick Club. In the words of Logan Paul, it's OnlyFans on steroids, and according to the homepage of Maverick Clothing relaunched, it's an inner circle with one of the most intimate team experiences in the world. From exclusive, uncut content to real-life hangouts, insane giveaways, and limited edition Maverick Clothing with discounts and free shipping with a ton more. This is my second interview, and for those who've been a part of my channel, you may know that I'm all for Logan Paul. Ironically though, despite being so invested in Logan Paul as a creator, I hesitated in buying the Maverick Club because with Disney Plus, WWE Network, and other subscriptions and liabilities, $19.95 a month would definitely add on to that monthly payout, you know. I had to know that the price was worth it, and as time went by, the more Logan would market the Maverick Club on his podcast, vlogs, and on social media. After seeing Logan rubbing the perks of being in the club for about the 10th time, I gave up. I said sign me up, as I decided to give the Maverick Club a chance. And believe it or not only was it worth it, it's practically a steal overall. When you join the Maverick Club, not only do you become a part of the family, you're granted a portal of pure greatness, which includes a daily feed, exclusive content section, giveaways, a forum, the VIP shop, and member bonuses. The daily feed is basically what it sounds like, something daily from Logan. Kind of like back when he did daily vlogs, but in this case it's daily material in general. Chances are it's going to be something entertaining, look at what he's up to, maybe a hint at something upcoming he has planned, or it could be something inspiring that he has to say. The sky's the limit with this one basically. And checking the daily feed occasionally is definitely worth the moment of your time. Now on to one of my favorites, exclusive content. Logan as a vlogger would always roll his YouTube audience with 8 to 10 minutes, sometimes 20-minute vlogs. Eventually, he went on a hiatus with the vlogging, leaving his viewers demanding more content. Following the rematch with KSI, Logan started bringing back the YouTube content. However, these videos are not 8 to 10 minute vlogs that they usually are. They're 4 minutes, 5 minutes at the most, 6 minutes if we're lucky. On the other hand, if you're a member of the Maverick Club, you not only get the brief vlogs on Logan's channel, but additionally there's an exclusive members only vlog on the exclusive content section of the portal. The best part is that the average length of each exclusive content is quite longer than a typical vlog. Giveaways. As long as your Maverick Club membership is active, you'll be automatically eligible to win $10,000 each month. But that's not all. There's also other giveaways coming around, such as Logan's 2014 Dodge Challenger, which is supposed to be announcing its winner pretty soon. In an episode of Impulsive, Logan mentioned considering giving away the Yeti, so you can be assured it's going to be a very highly anticipated plus of being a club member. One of the most important parts of the portal will be the forum. It's a thread with 3 sections: support and feedback for the platform, introductions for the members, and general chat for everyone. I can see more threads being added later on, but what makes this inclusion to the membership so important is that it's one of the things that makes the Maverick Club a family. One with a peaceful and loving community at that. It's the point in which we as fans of Logan and as Mavericks can connect and interact with each other. One thing worth mentioning is that in the general chat section there are threads being made for typically everyone. If you think that you fall under a particular group as a Maverick Club member, best believe there is a forum post made for that certain type to interact. For example, if you live in a lesser known country, there's a forum post for other people from that same country to interact. Same goes for entrepreneurs, gamers, small YouTubers, and pretty much anything else. And if there's not already a forum post something you're looking for, you can make one at any time. The community is very welcoming and accepting, and you could easily get a bunch of interesting responses. Speaking of which, I myself am going to be making another forum post called asking fellow Maverick Club members what kind of club member-based content would they like to see on my channel. So if you've already joined, if you're considering joining after watching this video, keep an eye out for that. Anyways, back on with the next feature of the Maverick Club portal. Next up, we have the member bonuses. Before I get into it, one thing I want to point out is that majority of the things included in membership could be considered as a bonus. However, This section of the portal is designated for additional features that come with being a member. What it basically means is, don't define a member bonus by the things on this part of the portal. Define it as the things that aren't the main attraction of why someone would choose to join the Maverick Club. Anywho, the member bonuses is where you'll find connections to certain hangouts, like a Zoom call with Logan, riding horses at his ranch, and a bike ride with him at Santa Monica, which was actually featured in one of his vlogs and documented by one of the participants in the video on their channel. Shout out to Lilywood. And since the member bonuses isn't meant for anything in particular, there isn't a limit to what can go there. So if you see this video months after it was uploaded, chances are more featured bonuses were added. Last but not least would be the shop, which is not to be confused with MaverickClothing.com shop. That's the official online shop for everyone. As a Maverick Club member, we have our own shop that includes free shipping in the United States, an automatic discount does not require a discount code, and limited edition drops. For example, there was a Maverick Club clothing drop when the brand first relaunched, and what I mean by that is, there was a line of clothing that is similar to the main clothing, but it was branded with the Maverick Club rather than just Maverick. Essentially, it was merch to represent that you're part of the club altogether, rather than just being a Maverick. The flaw with this is that whenever something new drops, it gets snatched up pretty quickly. There's now been 2 occasions where I did not act fast enough and I had to either wait for a restock or settle without the discounts free shipping by using the main shopping center. That should tell you something about the quality of the clothing and how good this stuff is. Anyways, yeah, that pretty much sums up the entire portal that you get when you join the Maverick Club. Before I conclude this review, I'm going to answer a couple of questions. First question: which portion of the members area portal is the best? I'm going to go with the form on that one. Like I said, it's what makes us all a family. My favorite part of being in the Maverick Club is being able to associate with Logan Paul fans and other Mavericks. As you all know, Logan Paul is pretty controversial. Being a fan of him is like walking on an eggshell, basically. It's not easy being a Logan Paul fan. And with me specifically, it's not easy being someone who's always going to defend him and defend his mistakes. So essentially what I mean is, when you're in the Maverick Club, you don't need to have that hassle. The forum grants you an environment where you don't have to worry about everyone hating you or silently judging you for being a fan of Logan Paul. Everyone's on the same page, you're very friendly, and there's literally no toxicity. And when and if there is, it gets taken care of swiftly. Next question: what are some of the flaws of the Maverick Club platform? The biggest flaw is that the Maverick Club is still new. Therefore, it's still experimental and it's in its beginning stages. You see this review like 2 years from now, 3 years from now, the club might not have that many flaws, maybe a glitch here and there. And it's never going to be perfect, of course, but for the first 6 months at least, it's going to be at that point where we need to fix this, we need to fix that, we need to make this better, we need to make that better. It's going to take time, and people are going to have issues, and there are going to be problems, and if that is ever the case, they have a very helpful and friendly support line, always willing to help. Ultimately, just remember to keep in mind that the Maverick Club is still new. Next question: is the price worth it? Yes, if you're joining for the right reasons. I personally think that there should be an annual plan, like how people can get a special deal when they buy a year of Disney Plus. They should do that with the Maverick Club. Set a price on a year's worth of membership that would be cheaper than 12 individual months. The default price is worth it though if you're joining for the right reasons. And what I mean by that is some people join just into giveaways, just to have a shot interacting with Logan, possibly get a Zoom call with the guy or get his attention somehow. And that's fine if that's what aims you to join the club. The way Logan has been known to market the club would be that it's an inner circle that he considers to be his virtual family, which means being a part of it, you're destined to interact with him, which is true for the most part. I've witnessed my friends interact with him or win the opportunity to interact with him through my own eyes. I feel like if you want to join the Maverick Club, join to be a supporter of Logan or amongst a community of Mavericks. When it comes to the giveaways, Zoom calls, and other lotteries, those are bonuses. They're just additional to being a Maverick Club member. It's alright to join for those reasons, but keep in mind that if those are the only things you're interested in, That's what you're paying $19.95 a month for. Next question. What suggestions would you make in order to make the Maverick Club even more worthwhile? I would upgrade the format of the forum interface. The current forum that they have is a pretty outdated forum build. The forum is still the best thing about being a Maverick Club member in my opinion, but if you go to the forum and then see something like the comment section of the exclusive content or the interfaces of member profiles, you'll see that those areas look a lot more sleek, more nice and smooth. They make the forum look very last minute, which is true actually. I was scrolling through Twitter one time and I saw that Logan retweeted and responded to a club member making several suggestions, with one of them being that the club needs a thread. And shortly thereafter, we had this big relaunch, which introduced the forum section, which is fair. He just did it, if that makes sense. It wasn't a planned feature, and because of that, the forum was very old and dry. So I would definitely advise for them to upgrade the forum to be very smooth and sleek, more smooth and sleek like everything else. Another thing I suggest would be more guaranteed benefits. A lot of members are essentially by a lot of member bonuses are essentially by chance. Like winning the lottery, with that chance of winning being however many people join the club and stay active, which we can assume is constantly increasing. The only thing you're guaranteed right now is the weekly bonus content and the shop discount. So I would also like for them to consider more guaranteed benefits for us, like a town. I'll actually save my suggestion for another video, so subscribe. One more thing I could add to make the Maverick Club better would be better noticeable giveaways for help, support, and understanding. Some people don't know that there's a support line. I've called them dozens of times. They pretty much always answer as long as you call during their business hours, and they're very helpful. Matter of fact, one time I had the time zones mixed up. I was under the impression that their closing hours were an hour later than what it actually was. So about 40 minutes after hours, I called them because I thought they had about 20 minutes or so before they were wrapping things up for the day. And I still got an answer. The one guy answered, "Oh, hey Spy, it's actually after hours, but I recognize your number. What can I do for you, man?" Like I said, they're really helpful, very friendly people. Some problems would be more complex than others, and that might be where things get bumpy. But some people don't know that there's a support line, a support email, a place to ask for help. Some people have issues and leave it as it is, or just complain about it without knowing that they have solutions. Luckily, there's more visible moderation that are actively helping people with that kind of stuff. But the main problem in this case is there are things that some people don't understand how to do, like the support line or how certain things work. So I think things need to be made more clear. When you're more devoted, you figure things out for yourself. But not everyone's like that. There are people that are still going to be stuck, or just don't know how things work to its entirety. A better understanding is the best way to resolve that. Next question. What's the most convenient thing about being a Maverick Club member? For starters, the forum community. The community is one of the best I've ever been a part of. There's been lots of great conversations that I've had with people, and they're not necessarily all about Logan Paul. The conversations vary, and I even started a social experiment wearing the Maverick mask on Omegle. I've made a very considerable amount of friends, and there's even a Maverick Club Zoom call group on Instagram where we can hop on Zoom calls together time to time. The community is just very quilt, and I've never had any doubts about it. The content is another thing. Logan's new vlogging style only gives us 4 to 5 minute vlogs. This gives us a bonus for 4 to 6 minutes worth of content a week. For some people, this content makes a huge impact, and this helps them feel more fulfilled after they've already watched all the vlogs that he released for that week. Then they get an exclusive one. Next question. What's the best thing about the Maverick Club overall? The community. I hate to be repetitious, but it's definitely the community. A community usually has up and downs. A community is a community, which is bound to be imperfect in a way. But for the Maverick Club community, you've just gotta love it. It's like a peaceful society where everyone's friendly and humble for one another. I tend to argue a lot, but in this community, I've never had an argument. It's just not very easy unless you do something deliberately outrageous. But everyone's too mature for that in this community. It all makes you feel more welcomed and inclined to stick around and continue to stay involved and be a part of it all. So yeah, the community is definitely the very best thing for me. In conclusion, if you're a Logan Paul fan who wants to support and be involved in an environment by people who share the same interests, then the Maverick Club is definitely a must-have. Or, even if you're just a Maverick, without being a Logan Paul fan, you don't have to be a Logan Paul fan to be a Maverick. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9, maybe a 9.5 in its current stage. They had a revamp of the platform a few weeks back, and I have a feeling that it won't be the only revamp given that they're looking to improve at all costs. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do an update review during their next revamp or big change. See you guys all again next time. Goodbye.